top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Yeah, you know how I do it. Rise and shine, people. Rise and shine. Rise and grind, I'd rather say. I'm up early in the morning today to orate the story of Loso. How I met Los. Wow. If you're familiar with my social media, I've been promoting the story of Loso, how I met Los. And let me say this, man. Los is my brother and my comrade. I love him forever and a day. Los is the man who introduced me to my wife back in '89. But before we get there, let me tell you how I met Los. My introduction to Los. I met the boy Los September '89 at Highland Residential Facility in DFY, somewhere up in Dutchess County, not too far from Poughkeepsie, the Poughkeepsie area. I get to Highland '89 summer, September. Los is there. He the only Spanish dude on our unit. We on a two-part unit. It's actually 4 parts. Each side consists of 2 sides. My side, I think we was A unit where Los was at, and I was in the B unit, no, the C unit. And he used to call us A and C. On the other side was 2 units, which was B and D. Everybody knew the B unit was always the New Jack House. But A and C was population. And I guess they house you according to your history. It was my 2nd DFY bid. I was known to use this fisticuffs. So I didn't get the opportunity to go down to a cottage. I had to stay up in that unit. And they ran that unit like a max B type shit. Instead of a, they ran the cottages like a medium, and they ran fucking the unit we was on like a max B. So we was in Kaksaki. But Los, at this time, his name was KC. KC was the only Spanish dude on the unit that I recall. And he was in the other unit. And we had a doorway that stayed open at all times where we could see on their side, they could see on our side. We come to the door, we talk, shit like that. So I used to see him on his side, regulating shit, moving and grooving, yelling and screaming, arguing with niggas. So that's how I got familiar with him. Then one day we got to shooting shit, we got to kicking it, we clicked. I think we was in the gym. We clicked and shit. I just like the way he moved, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed he got along with my boy Beretta. Beretta, shout out my boy Beretta from Queens. And the Beretta clicked, so it was a Queens thing. But I didn't realize KC was from Queens. I didn't know where he was until then. We was at the place for a couple of months. You know, I started out rough. Always in some shit. Arguing. Disobeying the counselors. Talking back. You know, dumb shit. But I finally got my act together and they took us off rounds. And this is where me and KC really get to bond. So we going off rounds to a skating rink, a local skating rink, somewhere in Dutchess County. Like I told you, I don't know if it was Poughkeepsie, I don't know if it was Newburgh, I don't know if it was Beacon, I don't know where the fuck we was at, but we was in a local small city, not too far from the facility. And my boy KC was like, yo, this my hood, I know all the people that's gonna be there, yada, 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 yada. He running his mouth. So I'm like, what you mean, yo? He's like, yo, so when we pull up, I'm gonna know everybody there. So at the time, I don't smoke weed and none of that shit. So all the dudes like, yo, you wanna know somebody with some weed? Yo, you wanna know somebody who buys beer? Like, we from the DFY facility, we about to get loose. So KC like, yo, I got you, don't worry about it. So we all focused on going up ahead, yeah, getting high, getting drunk, or whatever. KC got the plug. Sure enough, we get there. He regulating shit, son. I'm fucked up. I ain't never seen a dude from out of New York City regulate the way he was regulating. At this time, I'm unfamiliar with upstate New York niggas from my first juvenile bit. I'm on my second one. And he, you know, he regulating this shit. Yo, we calling shots. I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, time going, you know, he did what he said he was gonna do. He got niggas some smoke. He got some niggas to buy niggas some beer, niggas drinking beer on the low. Counselors ain't paying them niggas no mind. Niggas, they thinking niggas skating and shit. I see a group of chicks. So I'm like, yo, KC, yo, what's poppin'? Yo, he like, oh, I know them. Oh, word, let's go over there. Now, unbeknownst to me, KC, aka Loso, he really did know all these chicks. And they knew him. But unbeknownst to me, KC might have been a year older than me. Maybe 2. But the chicks he knew was all older than him. If I'm younger than you and they older than you, how do I look to these young women? Like a fucking fool. Well, anyway, you know how that shit go. When you're in a juvenile facility, you always got this stigma. Group home. So when we press, you know what I'm saying? I think I had on my facility best. The best shit I had at the facility. I thought I was fresh. So when we press this shit, everybody like, yo, what's up with Shorty? Yo, what's up with her? What's up with her? Me, I ain't gonna front. I saw what I like, and I told all them niggas to pause. Straight jacket. Yo, Loso, what's up with homie? Loso was like, oh, yo, that's my people. KC, I'm gonna call him KC at this time. KC like, yo, that's my people. I'm like, word? He like, yeah, she like a sister to me. Never did he say everybody's older than me. So he's like, yo, that's my sister. Ooh, ah. I'm like, yo, holla. Once again, man, Loso had a history with his people staying in trouble, in and out of group homes, in and out of facilities. So although they loved him, although he was their little bro, he was stamped group home nigga. So when we rolled in with this nigga, they sampling us on some group home shit. They straight group home, them little group home niggas. So we up in the joint, I tell KC, yo, what's up? I'm trying to holler. You know me, I always go for the big fish. Yo, what's up? I'm trying to holler. So KC, alright. Yo, ooh, ah, ooh, my man, ooh. And I'll never forget, son. She was like, yo, tell that little group home nigga, get the fuck up out of here. Like, she handled me. She handled me. Word. She handled me. So Loso came back, yo, they try to front to my niggas in the group home. Fuck that, I speak for myself. I rolls over there, they check the job, oh, my name is such and such, oh. She never told me her name. She never cracked a smile. She listened to what I gotta say and just looked at me like I was fucking crazy. Unbeknownst to me, man, this young girl was older than me. I was 15. I was 15. So she had to be 20. Because we got a 5-year difference, 4.5-year difference on us. So she probably was 19, pushing 20. She was already a single mother. And she was looking at me like, little boy from the group home, beat it. So I told Loso, yo, what's up, man? Shorty tried to play me. He like, yo, man, I'm telling you, yo, that's Big So-and-so. Back in the days, he had a name is, that's Big Ange. I'm like, oh, word? That's 1989 around. That had to be the fall. So it's like November. It was cold outside, I remember. Yeah. So that's how I met Big Ange. She blew a nigga off. Little group home niggas, get out of here. Little nigga in the group home can't do nothing for me, man. I got these damn kids. Fuck out of here. That's how she handled me in 1989. But getting back to me and Loso, So I'm like, yo, Loso, yo, shut, man, shorty play me. Yo, I can give you my number for, I'm thirsty. Yo, I can give you my address when you go home. Tell shorty, write me, call me. He was like, yo, fool, man, shorty got feeling you. I don't know what to tell you. What the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? The fuck? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let bygones be bygones. So we do our little juvie bit at 89 at a motherfucking Highland, me and Loso. Time goes on and shit. I remember, Loso was getting discharged before me. Now, when you get discharged, what they like to do is, they do a test run. They send you home for a weekend, make sure that shit go right, and then when you come back within the next 30 days, they're gonna cut you loose. That was the process. Man, these niggas sent KC, aka Loso, home for his test run. Remember, I told you he was local, so the facility we was in, that shit wasn't too far from where he was at or where his people was at, and the streets for him was right around the corner. So I never forget, they let KC go home for the weekend and shit. I ain't gonna front, I was just thinking, damn, he out there, oh, shorty was on my mind, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. It was one of the, I don't want to say love at first sight shits, but I was a 15-year-old kid and I was smitten. I'ma say smitten. I was smitten by shorty. So I'm thinking about KC while he on his motherfucking home visit. Damn, I hope he see shorty. I hope he tell her. Word, that's what I'm going through. Anyway, KC come back. I never forget, we was coming back from, I don't know where the fuck we was coming back from. It might have been a school run. We was on that first floor, coming down that long ass hallway, and KC was sitting at the reception area because he coming back from the home visit. So we all walk by everybody, yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yo, you had a good time, you had a good time? And I looked at him. All this nigga clothes was all dirty. His shoes was all dirty. And I'm going, KC don't move like that. So when everybody, you know, finished talking and shit, I hollered at him on the lawn, I'm like, yo, what's up, you all right? He like, yo, shit crazy. So I'm like, yo, why you so dirty? He was like, yo, I was running from the police on the way back. Word. That nigga Loso said he bust a lick. He was making a sale or some shit. Loso was into that drug selling shit early. I was a Midtown kid. I don't do the drugs right then and there. I'm a Midtown nigga. Man, Loso said he bust a lick. He was making sales on his way back. Police ran down on me. He gave them niggas a foot chase. He made it all the way back to the facility without the niggas catching him. I said, this nigga KC crazy. Word. About a week later, 2 weeks later, I went on my fucking home visit and shit. When I came back from my home visit, I ain't gonna front, Loso bounced. Loso, KC left. I left about a month later. This is 90 now. In 91, I catch a Midtown case. I go through, I'm doing my 6-building bid. On my journey to the 6th building, I'm in the 4th building first. I never forget. I was up on a visit, and I saw motherfucking KC. I ain't seen this nigga since 89, 90, juvenile. It's 2 years later, 4th building. And I'm bugging. KC from Dutchess County, upstate New York. Fuck this nigga doing on Rikers Island. So when I see the nigga, I grab the nigga arm, yo, what up? He was startled, surprised. Oh shit, yo, what up? I'm like, you good? He was like, nah, son, I just jumped off on the mall, 8 niggas. Got beef with them niggas. I'm like, word? He like, yeah, man, I had to shake it up, man. I'm letting it go down here. I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what the fuck you doing on Rikers Island? He like, what do you mean? I'm like, yo, ain't you from upstate? He said, nigga, I'm from Queens, man. I'm like, word? He was like, yeah. Yeah, man, I'm from Queens. I was like, word? He was like, yeah, I'm up in Upper Ooh Ah. He started telling me, you know, I was new to the 4 building shit. I only had a couple of months in. So he was schooling me to all the beef that's going on. Because, you know, he repping Queens. So he letting me know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with the Queens niggas. He letting me know what's going on with the Brooklyn niggas and what's going on and shit. So that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? KC, we doing what we doing in the full building. I didn't get to see him too much 9-1 in the full building because if I'm not mistaken, he was in 4 up at the time, and I was in 3 lower. I was on the other side of the building, so I ain't really get to see him. And in fact, I ain't gonna lie to you, that might have been the only time I saw the nigga in the full building. Word, I might have saw him that one fucking time, cause shit was crazy. So from the full building, yeah, cause he was down there turned up. Son, Loso was bugging. Loso beat the little homie 6 up from 4 green. Yeah, he pounded on 6. Yeah, Loso was letting it go. Loso was up in 4 upper letting it go, son. Anytime the bell rung, he answered that. I was like, oh, this nigga KC giving it up. Yeah, he was repping. I'm proud to say that's my brother. Word the mother. He wasn't leaving no rocks unturned. So anyway, that's the first and only time I saw him in the full building. I was hearing though. I was definitely hearing. So now, after the full building, I went to the 6th building. I went home. You all know I fired a shot. That's coming soon. I fired a shot. I returned back to Silent. This time I'm a different animal on the island. It's C70 fruit. That's coming. Take my journey up north. I get the Comstock, my first New York State prison. I shook that shit up my first 5 minutes in the yard. Turned it up in Comstock. So now Comstock got me on the draft to Cassack. They stop in downstate. I stop in downstate. Who in downstate in the bullpen? My boy KC. Yo, what's up? He like, oh shit, yo, what's poppin'? I'm like, yo, I'm on my way to Cassack. He like, yo, I just blew that shit up. I'm on my way to Auburn. So I'm like, word? He like, yeah. So I get a nigga to run down. Yo, I got a homie there. Rest in peace, Ron K from Grand Ave. Rest in peace, Lil Steph from 4th Street. Those was the homies. They turned up in the street and in prison. Those is the homies. Ron K from Grand Avenue and Lil Steph from Fulton Street. Rest in peace to them 2 legendary figures out of Bed-Stuy. And I personally rip and ran with them niggas. Those is my guys. So I tell Loso, aka KC at the time. So I tell KC, yo, you going to Auburn? Yo, my crimey Ron K and Lil Steph there. Let them niggas know I'm up north. Let them niggas know I'm good. Let them niggas know it is what it is. So he like, all right. So he tell me, everybody in Cassack, you gonna see everybody when you get there. All right, cool. I go to Cassack, KC go to Auburn. This is November. Man, I ran into him in the full building maybe June 91. Now it's November 93. I'm going to Cassack, he going to Clinton. We never saw each other again, son. He went on his journey, I went on mine. November 93. I'ma say about 11 years later, I runs back into Big Ange. My teenage love, that's coming. I runs into Big Ange, not realizing she's Big Ange. And I'll never forget, man, during our conversations as we was getting to know one another, you know what I'm saying? She always said, for years, you know my little homeboy Loso? Nah, I don't know that nigga. Yo, I got a little Spanish homeboy, he like a little brother to me, ooh. He running around the state, he stay in and out of the joint. Nah, I don't know. That shit went on for a long time. That was back in 04. That was 04. So now, 2000, shout out to my marriage date, you know what I'm saying, March 27th, 2008. So now I'm a married man. Me and Wifey, we doing what we do. And for some reason, she revisits this conversation. Yo, I can't find my little homeboy. Who? Los. I'm telling you, you know him. Carlos. I don't know that nigga. Never heard of him. So she like, all right, she let that shit go. Then one day, she was in the street. I was in the can, doing my bed, doing my time. Wifey in the street doing what she do, taking care of motherfucker, taking care of the family, doing what she do. She in her old hood. Nigga pull up on her. Yo, what up? Yo, big hands was popping. Oh shit, yo, what's up, Los? He see the wedding ring. Oh shit, yo, I heard you got married. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. Who you married to? Chill, Los, you don't know. What? I know every motherfucking body. Nah, son, you don't know my husband. My husband from Brooklyn. What I know, mad Brooklyn niggas. Remember, Los, a.k.a. KC, is a Queens nigga. Ran through the 4 building, ran up North State, New York, all that shit. He know niggas, so he pressing. Nah, you gonna tell me who you married to? So she like, yo, he from Brooklyn. Where at? LG. Oh, you definitely got to tell me, because I know niggas in LG. So she go, nah, you don't know him. He like, I'm telling you, I know him. So she was like, they call him Fruit. Big Fruit. That nigga Los pumped the brakes. You talking about Fruit Palm Bailey? You know when you do DFY biz, they know you by your whole motherfucking name. Your whole fucking name. So he like, you talking about Fruit Palm Bailey? My wife was like, how the fuck you know all that? That's my man. Get that nigga on the phone, call that nigga, write that nigga. When can we go visit him? That's my man. So she like, Los, I've been asking that nigga for years. He told me he don't know you. Now he's offended. What? Fuck that nigga mean he don't know me. Then he thought about it. Tell that nigga KC. So she comes back on a visit. Yo, I ran into my man Los. You said you don't know him. Like, I don't know him, nigga named Los. She was like, KC, I said all this motherfucking time, you been talking about KC. She like, yo, that's my little dude. I'm like, oh, shit. So now I enlighten her. You know he the nigga that introduced us. So she like, word? I'm like, yeah. Play the tape back. Play the tape back. When we was in that motherfucking skating ring, I was with him. She was like, oh, shit. I said, when he pushed up for us, y'all shot us down. I was the only nigga bold enough to walk over here by myself. So you didn't realize I was with him. She was like, oh, shit. I said, yeah, and I forgot to tell you, that's how we came to the skating rink. When we got there, he already let us know he was rolling out the red carpet. He knew everybody, yada, yada, yada. So I fucked her head up. She fucked my head up. Los. Yeah, man. Los knew my wife before me. Los knew me before my wife. Ain't that a hell of a thing? Yeah, man, our history go back to 89, son. So now, Wifey and Los in the street. Los knew I'm bidding. Man, he started doing what he do. Make sure Wifey good. Wifey had an incident where she broke a foot. Los driving into a doctor appointments every day for me. Making sure she good. You know what I'm saying? He was on paper, so the visit shit was out. But the nigga kept 35 pounds on that motherfucker scale for me. You know what I'm saying? Every trail I was going out, coming back with new shit. Los was making sure I was good. That's my guy. Then I came home, son. I came home 2014. And when, you know, he was right there on deck, son. I never forget. I first came home, you know, nigga got, you know, I left when I was 17, son. I ain't never had no job, none of that shit. I get my first job. I'm working in the warehouse, doing what I do. And there's a bunch of young niggas in there, son. Now, I'm readjusted back to society. I'm at my first job. I'm around a bunch of niggas that don't know fruit, don't give a fuck about fruit. So I'm trying to be humble. I'm on parole, the whole shit. So I'm trying to be humble. I ain't trying to get into no bullshit. And I had these young niggas on my job, son. When I say young, they reminded me so bad, man. These little young niggas running around with their headphones on, screaming at the top of their lungs, rap lyrics, pointing fingers at niggas, shooting. You know, the young adolescent shit. These niggas like 18, 19 years old. They working for a temp agency. I'm on the job. So it was bad weather. They brought everybody into the warehouses. We worked outside and shit on forklifts and all that. It was bad weather. Yo, get off them forklifts, come inside, stay warm. We want y'all to do this. Alright, fuck it. So we working together. And man, I'm working with these little niggas, man. These little niggas so disrespectful. They rude, they disrespectful. I'm trying to bite my tongue. I'm trying to be humble because I'm like, if I spaz, I'm the one going to lose. I'm on parole. You know what I'm saying? This ain't going to look good. So just keep my motherfucking mouth shut, which I tried. Man. Little Spanish boy said some crazy shit to me. And I humbly tried to check him. And the nigga got crazier and crazier and crazier. So I'm on go time, son. I'm a firm believer that sometimes you deal with people that only respect violence. I'm a firm believer in that. Sometimes you deal with people that only respect violence. So I had to do all that shit. C70 fruit, Attica yard, Comstock yard. I had to do all that shit at work. Nigga, my supervisor was like, yo, chill. You can't say shit like that. You can't tell that little nigga you gonna kill him. You bugging. I went there. I spazzed the fuck out. So remember, I'm new to all this shit. I'm new to the area I'm living in, all that shit. I'm upstate New York. I'm new to all this shit. But at the same time, I'm still food. I'm still on point. I hit the jack. Yo, Loso, what's up? No, I hit my wife. Yo, check that out. Run down on Loso. I can't be using the phone all day when I'm working, but keep hitting that nigga Loso phone, telling nigga Loso call. Man, my wife is a G. She ain't called Loso fruit. Said call him. My wife started hitting the motherfucking jack. Yo, who this nigga? Who that nigga? She found out who these niggas were. I told her this little Spanish nigga from Newburgh. My wife found out who the hell that nigga was. She was like, yeah. She called me back, like, yeah, little nigga named such. I'm like, damn, how the fuck you know all that? She was like, nah, I did my homework. That is a kid, fruit. She like, yo, that's a baby. Whatever you do, he's a baby. Like, he don't know no better. I'm like, nah, them niggas ganged up. I don't know who these little niggas is. I'm trying to stay out their way, but I ain't gonna be no victim. I ain't gonna be the old nigga who just came home and get washed up by these young niggas. I'm gonna beat the shit out this little nigga after work. Straight jacket. I'm about to lose this job, find another one. So, she see I'm on 10 and ain't no talking to me. So, she playing B. She called Loso. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Loso sometime find out who this little nigga is. Loso called the nigga father. Yeah, I'm dealing with babies, son. Loso called the nigga father. Yo, check this out. You know how I get down, you know how I give it up. I'ma just say this. My man, my brother, that's at that job with your child, he different. He different. And once he go, I can't stop him. You need to call your son and check that shit. Better yet, I'm gonna make it my business to be at their job when the door's open. I don't know that go down. So I'm still on the job, huffing and puffing. I done pack my shit. You know how you do in the joint. Pack yourself. It's time to go. I done empty my locker, do all that shit in my car. I done pack shit up. I'm gonna smash this little nigga. They bugging. 2:30 came, 3 o'clock, time to go. You know me, I'm rushing to the door because I'm gonna get outside as soon as this little nigga come outside. I'm gonna break this nigga jaw. So I rush to the door. Man, I run to the door, open the door, I see a nigga outside, masked up. It's wintertime, he got a scarf wrapped around his face, he's standing out there. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? He see me, he like, ew. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I look, my boy Loso on deck at the job. Los at the job. It was popping. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? He like, nah, son. Ange told me what it is. I'm here. These niggas is wildin'. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to hurt this little nigga. He like, nah, you can't. I know his father. His father won't make sure everything is all right. Ooh, ooh. So his father must have called him, told him what it was. Shorty humbly came out the job site. It was hard for him to apologize. I ain't gonna front. He apologized, but I understood it takes a lot of pride to do shit like that. But he apologized, and I was like, yo, check this out, I'm a grown ass man, man. I'm not a child like you, man. If you can respect your dad. I came home dropping jewels on these little niggas, son. And I'm still doing it today. But I let the little nigga know, yo, if you respect your dad, respect other elders too, bro. Because I'm on a different type of time, son, and this shit was about to go left with me and you, and I was gonna hurt you. I ain't hold my tongue. I let that little nigga know straight up I was gonna hurt you, bro. So thanks to your dad, thanks to Los, and thanks to Big Ange, you gonna see another day, motherfucker. Yeah, man, my boy Los was on deck, son. Los was on deck. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Me and Los go way back, man. Both the mother, Los was on deck. You know what I'm saying? I had my coming home party. I got to introduce Los to all my comrades from LG and shit. You know what I'm saying? Los pulled up to the homecoming party. I got to introduce him to Booger for the first time. Yeah, I got a story behind that shit. At my coming home party, the whole hood popped out. I dig up some old flicks from that shit and post them every now and then. But everybody popped out for my coming home party and shit. And I got to introduce Los to Booger. Cool. They meet, they click. Unbeknownst to me, man, I ain't know what. A year or two later, I got those pictures too. I'm gonna dig them out. I might got the footage. Matter of fact, yo, Los, if you watching this shit, sir, send me some of that footage. You know what footage to talk about. Man, we go to Bear Mountain. We take the families to Bear Mountain. I got my family from New York. They drive up. My boy Jims. Shout out my boy Jims from LG. Jims drove his family up. You know what I'm saying? My boy Fonzo, a.k.a. Baby Boy. Baby Boy drove his family up. My boy Los drove his family up from Newburgh and Beacon. So we all in Bear Mountain. When my New York family came, Booger came. We doing the grill thing. We chilling. What the fuck? You hear that? We heard a basketball dribbling. What's a basketball court over there? You know you can't turn down the opportunity to play no motherfucking basketball when you got Booger Smith with you. Yo, let's go play some ball. We go play some ball. I'm thinking I'm still a shit. And anybody that know me, long as I got my motherfucking asthma pump, we can do this shit all day long. Everybody LG know Fruit kept an asthma pump. When I was on the basketball court, had my asthma pump. When I was running the streets, had my asthma pump. When I was in Midtown digging pockets, I had my asthma pump. I had very bad asthma as a child. I ain't never let nobody put their motherfucking hands around my neck, around my mouth, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I go in panic mode, very much so. And you're going to hear a lot about that on when I fired that shot. Real talk. But anyway, we go play ball. So I said, fuck it. It was a white kid, young white boy. He had a little height on him and shit, a little slim. You could tell he was young. Probably anywhere between the ages of 18 and 20. He was shooting around and shit. So I said, yo, you want to play some ball? He was like, yeah. I said, fuck it. Me and you against him and him. Los and Booger. So the kid was like, all right. Now, I don't tell the kid who Booger is. We just having fun. We playing ball. This nigga Los start getting off. Calling me out. Talking shit. I get to him. He gave me the business. Then again, I hope he don't got the footage. He gave me the business. My wife on the sidelines rooting for a nigga. It's going bad. Then he got Booger on his team. Oh my God. They embarrassing me and the young boy, man. Everybody got their phones out. They videotaping this shit. So I had to pull the young boy to the side like, yo, You know who you playing against? He like, nah. I'm like, nigga, that's Ed Booger Smith, man. So the young boy, his mother was on the sideline. So he like, go tell my mom's that. So I go over there real quick. I go tell his mom. So I was like, yo, you got your phone? She was like, yeah. I said, Google Ed Booger Smith. She said, who? I was like, Ed Booger Smith. She said, why? I said, that's who we on the court with. Me and your son is playing against Ed Booger Smith. So while we still playing this shit, Booger doing all his shit, Soul in the Hole, Westfall. He put on the show for the audience, and we really appreciated that. But the boy, his mother like, yo, play D. Now she going hard. Embarrassing my motherfucking son. Play hard, play D, block a shot. So he's like, I'm trying, but he's fascinated with Booger Smith, son. We had a great time, son. Yeah, Loso, you bust my ass that day. I said Ralphie from LG was the nicest Puerto Rican I ever seen with a basketball. And I stick to that. I stand on that 10 toes down. But Loso's probably the only Puerto Rican nigga that ever cracked my ass on a basketball court. And I'm proud to say that's my guy. So, not too many niggas who don't hear this, or not too many niggas who see that footage, or not too many niggas that was at Bear Mountain know about that. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Shout out my boy Loso. My introduction to Loso, a.k.a. Loso. Yeah, I never forget that, son. Even to this day, man, you know what I'm saying? Loso hit the road. He'll call the crib. Yo, I'm on my way down here. I let Mo know, yo, Loso coming through. Whoa, y'all make sure y'all come to the crib. Loso come here, kick his feet up, spend the night, couple of nights. We go chill out in Mo Garage, get on our DFY shit, our Highland shit, the three of us. Yeah, man, Loso's my guy. So, for those that wanted to know the story of Loso, there you have it. My introduction to Loso. Loso's my brother. Loso's my comrade, forever and a day. And, you know, my 15th anniversary is coming up. Yeah. Me and my wife don't know what we gonna do to renew our vows. We do know we renewing them. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't remember my vows. I can't find them. But I rectify shit. I'm writing new vows for my new journey. Me and my wife got 15 years of marriage in, and I'm looking forward to the next 15. So I'm gonna write new wedding vows. And yeah, I'm gonna write new wedding vows, bro. I had an institutional wedding at Shawanga Correction Facility. Loso could have been my best man then, but he was on fucking parole. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't come into jail. So shout out to my big homie Swells. Hold your head. Niggas is talking about we don't mention you. I mention you every chance I get, and I speak of you in the light you need to be spoken on. You don't need to be spoken on no other way. We still in the courts. We still trying to get home. I love you, big bro. So, yeah, I lost train of thought, bigging up my big bro. But yeah, Loso, I'm looking forward to, shout out my other best man, Daquan from Marcy. Salutes. Crawford alum. I'm hoping Loso, man, could be my best man when we renew our vows. He deserves it. Not just on the strength of me, but on the strength of Ange. That's her little bro, and that's my big bro. I'm younger than all these niggas I fuck with, son. I'm always the little bro. Real talk. I'm always the little bro. You know what I'm saying? Always the little bro. But, yeah, man. I just wanted to jump up here early in the morning and knock this shit out. Because as you see, I got all my content. I'm advertising all my content. So I'm going to drop this today, the story of Loso. And tomorrow night, we're going to be back on the Real Big Fruit podcast with the interview of Naya. Yeah, the interview of Naya, the CEO and owner of Beauty Bar. Yazzy's Beauty Bar. Let me get that right. We go tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We're going to go live and have Naya on the phone. Yes. Naya will be on the phone for her first ever interview promoting her new company and her new brand, Yazzy's Beauty Bar. Tomorrow night, live, 8 p.m., I will have her in the building. So y'all make sure y'all tune in if y'all rocks with me. Hopefully, I can upload this video right now and it don't take too long. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes YouTube is funny. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Yeah, once again, man, shout out my brother, my comrade, KC, aka Loso. I like to call him Loso. This one's for you, my guy. I love you, boy. And on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, it's early in the morning. I chase a check. You know what I'm saying? I got podcast work, 12 hours of work, another 4 hours work. Like, I do what I do, son. You know what I'm saying? I chase a check, make sure that woman upstairs happy. Happy life, happy wife. I teach you a few things fucking with big fruit, son. On that note, I'm gonna get up out of here. Salute.